I think so.
Cool. Let's talk about social media and hiring that darn manager. Or not. Not the familiar face. Very cool. Just if you're, first note, if you're doing webinars, you should have your own all rights reserved slide. This is ours. This reminds you not to record or take pictures of our intellectual property. If you'd like a copy of this for you, for your stuff, reach out to us and we'll get it to you. We hear two things all the time about social media.
Bless you.
First is, I don't have time and I don't want to do it myself. Well, of course not. If I didn't have to do it myself, I wouldn't do it either. But the fact is, in our case, if we don't do it ourselves, the people that are doing it don't speak with our voice.
Nobody would love your business like you love your business.
I'm going to sneeze again. Can you mute me?
Thank you.
Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what it is. All right. Today, we're going to talk about creating your targeted social media message. Because if we don't get that right, it doesn't matter what else you do on social media. You don't have your target right, your audience right. It doesn't matter what marketing tactic you use. Oh, it's going to be wrong. Great. So I'm going to be doing this like all day today.
I hope not. We'll go over 5 social media myths. Did you already do the 10 things?
No.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Jeez.
Social media manager must absolutely positively do 5 social media myths, some next steps, and how we can help you get started for free.
And we'll give you a bunch of free stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Do us a favor, if you have questions, hold on to them. We'll answer all of them at the end. And we've done this one enough times that we kind of know what questions come up where. And if you listen, take notes, we're probably going to answer the questions you got. A little about us. Our company started 27 years ago as one of those companies that puts logos on stuff and has, over the last 2 decades plus, turned into a marketing coaching company. The coolest thing happened when Sharon joined about 13 years ago. It gave us an advantage because she brought her online world and all of the office systems part to it. What we've learned is we've moved our home twice in the last several years, is that it doesn't really matter where we are around the country or which businesses. They're all pretty much the same. And we want to teach you that the more you can reach out to a niche, the better off you're going to be. We talk about your marketing is really a steady stream of adjustments. Most of them are small. Now, if you've never used social media and you're coming on this webinar to get the answer to all of that so you can finally use social media, that's a rather big adjustment, and there's going to be a lot of information here for you. A couple times a year, we do our business breakthrough boot camps. I think the last one of the year is, well, we've got one this Friday, and we've got one in December. So we'll give you a link to that if you want. We've been in over 500 publications, radio shows. What's awesome about this is that every time we are publicized or in some publication, it gives us content for social media. Hey, look, we were quoted in the LA Times, we were quoted in USA Today, and we bring links to it. So one of the reasons you want to get into all of these publications is it creates content you can use over and over again. We've done 7 best-selling books. Our 8th one is going to come out in October. If you would do us a favor, that'd be cool. Tell you what, if you go to Amazon and find our name, Yuloff, and pre-order our next book, which is called The Marketing Checklist 4. It's your guide for overwhelmed and overthinking entrepreneurs. If you invest 99 cents for that, I'll give you any 3 of these that you like. So, and we'll send you the PDF of that. So Sharon's going to put the information in the chat. We'll trade you 3 for 1 you've got to do it today or tomorrow. I've been interviewed by some really cool people that are a lot more famous than we are. What's awesome about that is that these interviews are on the front page of our website, and it's social media content. From time to time, we will, share the interview we did with Kevin Harrington or Forbes or James, even though they were, I think the closest one is 4 or 5 years ago. We competed for and were voted America's #1 coaching team for small business marketing. We got that because we've turned a lot of entrepreneurs into profitable entrepreneurs. The main thing we want to remind you today is that you've got to understand that you started your business to serve your life. Please don't let your business take over your life. That is not the pleasant part of owning a business. And our mission is usually to teach you how to build your business the easiest and most effective way. Our clients call us the easy button. But today we want to give you some basics of social media and how to protect your business when hiring that social media manager. All right, let's give you some free stuff first. If you'd like our social media book, real simple, info@Yuloff Creative. But if you want 3 of our books, go pre-order the Marketing Checklist 4 on Amazon. Send us the proof of purchase to that same email address, and we'll send you 3 of our other 7 books. So it's really it's a 4 for 99 cents kind of deal. That's less than a quarter a piece.
Right. Just please send us 1 email that lists all of the things you want, not 1 email for each of the things you want, because there'll be quite a few things throughout the course of this webinar.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're building up pre-sales. It's one of the ways we hit bestseller with all of our books. And we want to promote you. Something else that is great for social media content when you've been on podcasts. If you've never been on a podcast, ours is the easiest one ever. It's 7 minutes, 21 seconds because our anniversary is July 21st. I kind of looked at Karen to make sure I was right.
You know you're right.
Everyone gets the same questions. There's a dozen questions. If you tell us you want to be on the Viewcast, we'll send you the questions. You answer them. You send them back to us. That's how we figure out if we can get you into 7 minutes, 21 seconds. So keep your answers concise enough because that's what your listeners want. We want to train you how to get someone to raise their hand and say, wow, I want some more information. Once you've been on our podcast, it gives you a podcast link you can send to other podcasters and say, I want to be on your podcast too. And look, I've got experience. So there is no reason for you to never, ever have been on a podcast and not get out one, especially after today. Here's the bizarre thing. Only about 1% of you are going to do this, which is weird to me. If we're on some sort of if we're where you are and someone offers us to be on their podcast, we've sent the email before the podcast is over. What we'd really love to do is double that to 2%. We want more content on our podcast. So come enjoy. At the very least, ask for the questions and figure out, oh, wow, this really would help. So love to do that for you. We do. And the third thing is we do have a boot camp this Friday. It's virtual. It goes all day, 9 to 5. We basically are putting your marketing path together in a day. We show you how to do it, give you all sorts of information. It's free. You just have to go to planyourmarketing.com or put in the chat that you want to come this Friday and put your email address, and we will send you all of the information. So, all right, let's get ready for social media.
The December 9th one is not actually up on the website at the moment. So if you want that one instead, then just put it in the email or put it in the chat. And I'll register you manually. It'll get up there probably next week.
Actually, it will go up probably Sunday because we've got a speaking gig in Ocean City or Atlantic City, and I want it up before we go to that gig. So
okay, good point.
It'll be up on Sunday.
There you go.
All right, basics. On the road to success, there are no shortcuts. We don't create a marketing message for social media without knowing who we're creating it for. Well, everybody that needs, no. Anybody that wants to know, you have to start the other way around. It's really who are your audience members. As an example, Sharon and I have 6 very different, we call them Harriets, instead of avatars, because we name each of them. They're all different. And when we're posting on social media, our decision is, all right, who are we talking to that day? Because if you're going to be interviewing a social media manager, these are questions they should be asking you. Tell me about your customers, your business. What are your goals for social media? And if they're not asking you these questions first, in fact, if they're telling you about what they do without asking you about your business, you're going to have a lot of challenges down the road because you're not setting up expectations right at the beginning. And how do we figure out who those members are? Well, we write them down, write down the names of some of your different clients, and we put together what demographics they have that are in common.
Yeah. So imagine that these 4 women all want to buy a car. They're probably not looking for the same kind of car. They're probably not looking for the same benefits, features of that car. So a good car salesperson is going to message each of them differently, probably on different platforms, in order to attract them to their dealership. The same thing is true for you. It is possible that these 4 women could all benefit from your product or service, but you'll need to message each of them differently, probably on different platforms, in order to attract them to you. If you try to create one message only on whatever your favorite platform is, none of the 4 will feel like you're talking to them.
I want to give you a shortcut here. Well, women 20 to 50, I'd cut that in half. Women 20 to 35 and women 36 to 50, because there are different parts in their careers, different parts of their lives. They're going to look at things very differently. So that's actually 2 different demographics.
It's not that you couldn't service them both. You absolutely can, but you can't create one message that will encompass all of them. None of them will feel like you're talking to them.
It's like if a realtor sends out a message, hey, first-time house buyers. Oh, well, no, we've owned a ton, so no, we're not that. See, if you're going to talk to your audience, make sure you're talking to your audience, and let those people that aren't part of the audience, let them go. Now, if they said, hey, first-time home buyers, we can show you a way to buy a house that, and then if the next benefit statement applies to me, I look, well, wait a minute, I'm not a first-time home buyer, but can we still talk? I would reach out if the benefit works, but demographically, you want to call it out. Now, if you want a chart that we use with our clients to break down some of the demographics, email address is there. One more thing you can ask for is our demographic chart. And it splits out about 20, 25 different demographics that you can use. Now, there might be some that you have that don't apply to the list or that are very different for you. That's okay. It's usually about 4 or 5 different demographics that are going to make any one of your Harriets stand out. The most important demographics are the ones that are related to most are age, location, gender, income, occupation, and so that you understand what we hear all the time is we'll say, okay, are more of your clients men or women? And they'll say, well, about 50-50.
They probably aren't really.
Yeah.
You might want them to be. You might not care.
I just don't want to be sexist, so I'm going to say 50.
But the truth is that you probably most naturally attract one gender over the other. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just who actually makes up your client base and your ideal client base.
The other part of that, and this is where the messaging in social media comes out, is that people aren't buying for logical reasons. You want your post to be emotion. You want it to appear to their emotion. Heck, this morning I put a post on my Facebook page that said I'm one of those people that wants every stray animal to find a home. And there's like 30 different, and I put write me too if that's you, and there's like this whole string, 30 something people, me too, me too, me too, me too, me too. Just having fun because right now we've got 3 kittens in our office.
Where?
And we only know where one of them is definitely.
Isn't the other one in there?
Well, there is one in there somewhere. She's right. If this is the camera level, she's straight down under the desk.
Hiding.
Yeah. So if you looked straight down
With X-ray vision.
with X-ray vision, it's been there all day. I think because we also have a computer under the desk, she's enjoying the breeze, the warm breeze that comes from the fan of the computer. Every message that you're putting out is a sidewalk sign. Sidewalk signs don't tell the whole story. They are just giving your audience enough information so they can make a decision if they want to raise their hand enough. You've got several goals for your social media.
You want to communicate with clients. What is it that's happening in your world that is of interest in their world? Of course, you want to develop a new business. That's what most people think of first. You want to be that trusted referral source. You want to be the person that your ideal client thinks of first, even if it's not something you do. You want them to go, oh, I need a plumber. You know who knows a plumber? Ernest knows a plumber. I'm going to call Ernest. Ernest knows who Ernest isn't a plumber, but he has a Rolodex. He has a network, he has a tribe. You want to become that.
This morning, I also posted, what do you need? My business Rolodex is open. So I'm waiting for people to ask what kind of business services they need. So I can look in my theoretical Rolodex and find some referrals for them.
You also want to share business tips, especially if your ideal client, customer, or referral partner is also a small business owner. You've learned some things about running a business that have nothing to do with your specific industry. They just have to do with running a business. So sharing those tips, even if it's something that you think might be obvious, it's still a good reminder. It's a good point of reference for your period. So it's a good thing to post.
Things like make sure your business partner knows where the checkbook is. Sure it is.
And if you can do all of that while also being amusing, because really, right, that's what most people go to social media for. They're taking a break from one thing to the other, and they're just looking to be amused. So if you can do any and all of those things while being amusing, all the better.
So if your social media manager doesn't have a sense of humor, they're going to be boring. And you have to remember, social media, if you're in business, you want to generate revenue with it. The number that has been consistent in our business for a decade, 12% of our new business comes from social media. Interesting how over years, the platform that it comes from has changed.
Right.
But it's still hanging right there at 12%. All right. So what are the hurdles that a social media manager must overcome to get the job? By the way, the first time I did this was an Olympic year. So we have an Olympic theme. In fact, isn't next year an Olympic year as well?
Maybe
sure, close enough.
For winter, maybe?
Yeah, next year's an Olympic year, so we're going, like every 2 years there's some sort of Olympic, so just go with
Sure.
it. First, they've got to have a daily schedule for your social media posting. Wait a minute. The word daily, it's capitalized and it's bold. What does that mean?
You've got to be posting daily. And often social media managers won't post daily. They usually have packages for 3 days or 5 days a week. So that's fine, right? If that's what you have a budget for, then that's fine. But then know that you need to fill in on those days when they're not posting.
If they don't do that, they get a DQ, which is a disqualification, not a tasty dessert. There's a reason for this. This is kind of what's happening. every thank you, every minute of the day on the internet. There's so much going on. I'm astounded anything any of us ever post gets seen. There are a lot of platforms. I mean, just looking at this wheel, let's see, we've got LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, which would be X, TikTok. See, there's like 8 different social media platforms just here. Alignable isn't even on this list.
Right.
So there's an awful lot of social media platforms that are happening. The second, you have to know which platforms your clients use, and they've got to have a firm working knowledge of those platforms. And they've got to update you what's going on those platforms. Hey, did you know that Twitter changed its name? Oh, okay. That's kind of a minor thing to get to know. Look, if they're only going to post on one platform, if they're only experts on one platform, that's an instant DQ. Here's kind of why. Actually, why don't you tell the Pinterest story for us?
So we had someone, a Pinterest expert, who said, "Oh, you guys need to be more active on Pinterest." And she was a Pinterest expert. That was her thing. Now, we do have a presence on Pinterest. Mostly it's our blogs that get posted there, and our podcasts get posted there. But we're not very active because our Harriet is not active on Pinterest looking for business coaching. They might be active on Pinterest, but they're looking for recipes and house decorating tips and those kind of things. They're not actually actively looking for business coaching on Pinterest. And we have the same 24/7, 365 that you have, right? So we need to be strategic about where are we investing our time the most. And we're going to invest our time the most on those platforms where our Harriets are actively looking for us.
And this whole chart that has all sorts of really cool numbers. The only really important category is the one on the far left. Unique to platform. In other words, less than 1% of Facebook users only use Facebook. Less than 1% of YouTube users only go on YouTube. See, these numbers, these are for each of these platforms. Most people are using 5 different social media platforms. And when I heard that stat the first time, I was, no. And then, wait, we're on 7. And at least, I hear. Do you hear the kitten? Okay. We're hearing. There's the kitten underneath. We think she has a bit of a cold. We just trapped them a couple of days ago, and we can hear her
trying to breathe.
Yeah. So she's still under there.
Do I need to look at it?
I don't know. If you hear her breathing, she's still alive.
Probably a good
so
thing. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
kind of like a child, right?
No kidding. Yeah, but if you stick your hand under there, you're probably going to get wiped out.
No.
Yeah. Did we tell you these kittens are feral? They're about 10 to 12 weeks old, so we got them a little late. So we're in the process of letting them get to know who we are. So your manager has to create original content, and it should be content that you own. In other words, we have seen social media managers that post the same content on all of their customers' pages. Let's use me as an example of that. That same meme that's on my Facebook page right now that says, I want every stray animal to get a home, they might put that on every one of their clients' pages. Well, that's kind of lazy. And what if your audience doesn't really like pets? It happens. I mean, it's a weird example, but it's possible. And it's on my personal page, it's not the business page. So you should ask for references. And as soon as they give you that list, ask for 5 more. Anybody can come up with a list of 5 that are going to say they love them. Their mom, their neighbor, their brother. How many businesses are they posting for every day? The word "every" is there again. How many businesses do you post for every day? And take a really good long look at those pages. compare them. You know, is the look the same? Is the content the same? We
They
only,
shouldn't be,
yeah,
in case you didn't catch that.
yeah. We are not social media managers. We only run social media pages for our coaching clients. We are not here to sell you management. But when you look at our coaching client social media pages, they're all different. We create their pages to do with their personalities. It takes a little extra work. Yes, the cat's under there. She's funny. You've got to post in various ways. What does that mean? Well,
there are different kinds of posts. So these are not in prioritized order, by the way. A meme, so in case you don't know what a meme is, it's the image that you see on your screen, right? So it's an image with an image that also has words on it. That's a meme.
Get it? I approve of the
It's very cute.
post.
It's good.
That's a Fed post. It's a play on words.
Well done, Sheldon.
Yeah. It's only Susan.
I know. Ask your audience questions and easy questions. Don't ask them to write paragraphs to pontificate.
What country would you like to go to on your next vacation?
And just leave it at that. Don't say and why. There are plenty of people that will take the time to tell you and why. But if you say and why, some of them won't answer at all because I'm not taking the time to tell them and why. So just don't even bother with that part. But yes, those one-word answers, yes, no, blue, green, A, B, that kind of thing. You'll get more traction than asking something deep, meaningful.
How many children do you expect to get at your house for Halloween?
That'd be a good one.
How many children did you have at your house for Halloween? Are you looking forward to doing Thanksgiving at your house or going to someone else's house? So you're giving them a yes, an A, B answer. Very simple stuff.
Yes. Text, right? This is the way we all started on social media, just typing something out. So that still works.
Yeah.
It doesn't get the most engagement. Generally speaking, your audience may vary, but it is the way we all started.
I go through my Facebook memories almost every day. And as I scroll back and I get to that 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it's all text. It's rare to see a photo.
That's right. Video, more and more and more video. Do we have Nicole Mendelson in?
I don't know. We do entire webinars on video for your business. You ought to track us down and either watch one we've done or go to yourmarketingadvisor.com. We'll do it again in October. And yes, no?
No, we didn't do it in October.
Yeah.
It was December, maybe.
All right, maybe December. Or if you tell you what, if you buy our book, I'll throw in one more bonus. I'll send you a link to a replay of the video load.
Absolutely.
All this for just 99 cents.
So there is a slide. A few years ago, 2016, I believe it was, Nicola Mendelson, the VP of Facebook, I don't even know if she still is. At the time, she was asked in an interview, what changes do you see happening in Facebook? And she said, well, if I had to guess, right, looking at the algorithms, it's going to be more video. Because it's not that Facebook went, oh, we should be doing video, right? It's that they pay attention to their algorithms, no big surprise. And they noticed that most of the engagement was happening around those folks that were adding video. So, oh, well, if you guys all want video, then let's help you create video, right? And then there's Facebook Live and stories and reels, right? On and on and on. Links. It is possible for you to share links on your social media. So if you write a blog and you want to share that link, you can do that on social media. The drawback is that those links take them off the platform somewhere else, usually your website. Because you're taking them off the platform doesn't show that post to as many people as if there wasn't a link. It used to be that you could kind of fudge it up by putting the link in the comments instead. They've caught on, that doesn't work.
You said fudge, right?
I did say fudge.
Okay, just checking.
You can put a QR code in the image of the post that leads them there. I think that still works. I don't know how much longer that will work, but I think that still works. You can type out the URL in the image. It's not clickable, but it just has it in there. That still works. It does take a bit of work for your reader. So, Harriet may not really go there, but it is possible to do that.
And if you have pictures of you with famous people, that's always good. Actually, I should update this for pictures. We just got pictures with Governor Wes Moore, the new governor for Maryland, and our United States senators. So I should replace that.
Not everyone knows who those people are.
I understand. But, I think it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
She also keeps you updated on what will be and was posted. The question or the comment we've heard, oh, don't worry about it, I'll handle it. No. This came from when we were doing something for a client, and I created a whole bunch of memes. Turns out I put a photo together, and it was a particular type. Had a particular type of animal, and she had a bad situation with an animal just like that. So she asked me, "Can you not put that in there? Because every time I see that, I'm gonna freak." Okay, no worries. We switched out the animal. So they should let you know what will be and was posted. If they're not going to constantly let you know what's happening on your own pages, it's a DQ or a disqualification. One of the mistakes that most of the managers make is that they're not marketers, and they forget the Pareto principle. For 80% on your business page, 80% of the post should be about business and 20% personal.
But that 20% that's personal, right? It's not drama, right? You're not divulging intimate personal secrets, right? You just, hey, I had a lunch break and I went on a walk, or I tried a new restaurant, or I tried a new recipe for dinner, right? Something that gives a bit of flavor for who you are. Why do I want to work with you instead of Jane Doe next door that claims to do the same thing that you do? And part of the way that you show that is by sharing a little bit of what catches your attention. I told you, I think I didn't go check.
Yeah, you might want to check on it. See if she's still there. She might have just gone back into the cage. Cage meaning the closet.
There now.
All right. So if they get past these 6 hurdles, you have a few more things that they have to do, that you have to consider. If they promise more likes as a way to judge them, they've got it wrong, because views don't equal results. Likes don't equal results. Opt-in, that's good. Or if you get phone calls, that's good. Because if I have 1,000 likes on a post, I can't take that to the store and pay for my Rice Krispies. I can only take sales to the store and buy stuff. So, I can build your followers. Well, that's lovely.
Are they the right followers?
Yeah.
Because we don't want just numbers. We want numbers of folks that are your tribe, right?
On Instagram, I'm amused. We get a lot of folks that follow our page, and when I click on what they are before I decide I'm going to follow them back, there's an awful lot of cryptocurrency folk out there that have followed us. They're never going to hire us as a business guy. They're just trying to sell their stuff.
And we're not buying.
No, it's not. We're absolutely not in that world. So we want to make sure that the followers are the right thing. All right. So there you go. Sales is what is success. Oh my God, I had 200 likes on that post. Well, that's just 50.
It's a fabulous ego boost, but it does nothing for your sales.
Yeah. On my page, if I had 100 buyers and 100 followers and they're all buyers, I'm happy. If I have 1,000 followers and there's 2 buyers, well, I'm not happy. So
I prefer you.
Yes. They should advise you on how and what you should post, because just because they're there doesn't mean you can't post on your own pages. This is really important, vitally important. Do not make them admins. When you make someone an admin on your page, you're giving them the key to the castle. They can lock you out of your own page if something were to happen. Our podcast was on a particular radio station. They're based in Phoenix, Arizona. And we got to the station, and the person that was our engineer for our show wasn't there. Well, we had to let him go. He was also the person that was handling their social media pages. And by the time he got to the first floor from the sixth floor, he had blocked them out of all their social media pages. So you can make them moderators. You can make them editors.
Just don't make them
But for
admin.
God's sakes, don't make them the admin. You do need to have at least 2 admins on your page.
Someone you trust.
Yes.
Right? Immensely. A spouse, a significant other, maybe one of your kids, someone that you really trust. So that's just in case something happens to your profile, that you can still get into that page, because that other person, if you have to create a new profile, can then add the new profile as an admin to your page.
Yeah. And you should know what's going on in all of this stuff in general. Things do happen. If you had a social media manager, and for example, they didn't tell you, did you know that Twitter changed names? They should tell you that kind of stuff, just so you know. When they hear about Alignable, well, or when you ask about Alignable, they should know. They should tell you. All right, 5 myths they shouldn't ever fall for. It solves all of your marketing challenges. Social media is not a silver bullet. There isn't one marketing tactic that is a silver bullet.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have my own website than social media, because it's real estate I own. But I still want to have the social media pages, but it's not going to be the be all end all for everything you do. I mean, there's an awful lot of way to market your business. I give myself 5 minutes, and this is the list I came up with. So there's a ton of stuff you can do to market your business. Just post, keep posting. Content doesn't always matter. We're going for numbers.
No.
That's the throw the spaghetti up against the wall, see what sticks. When the spaghetti sticks, the spaghetti is done. Now, it doesn't work that way. You want to have it targeted. You want to do it the right time. And here are some of the things you shouldn't post.
Your audience does not want to know about the drama in your relationship. Nope. They don't really care about your political affiliation. I mean, if you're running, then by all means tell your tribe that you're running. But if you're just pontificating on what's happening politically, no. You're not going to convert me based on what you post, or vice versa. So nope. If you have a favorite major league sports team that has a major rival, then don't post about it. Now, if you're on a team, your kids, your grandkids, awesome. Post about it. We want to cheer you on. Fabulous. But the whole point of this is to keep your funnel wide. And if you're narrowing it by, I'm only going to work with people that are in this politics or in this religion or follow this sports team, you're narrowing your funnel. Now, if you're doing that strategically, that's fine. That's your tribe. If that's the hill you're willing to die on, then by all means. All we're saying is be strategic about it. Don't just post something because you heard something or read something or you're sharing something someone else did. Basically, just avoid being negative, because nobody buys from folks that are negative.
Did you know that UCLA money spends exactly the same as USC?
They do indeed.
San Francisco Giant money spends the same as Dodger money.
They do indeed.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Every penny. Third, which social media platform you use, it doesn't matter. Just use the one they promote. Well, the heck it doesn't.
We kind of talked about that before, right?
If you look at this drawing and you figure out, okay, which of these people are your customer, they're all on different platforms. I mean, there are an awful lot of them, and they have different demographics as to who generally is on there. Some are more male, some more female. Age makes a difference. So you've got to pick the right profile platform. We happen to like Alignable a lot if you are a B2B business. You want to talk about that for a sec?
So in case you don't know what Alignable is, it's most similar to LinkedIn. The difference is that LinkedIn is international, and it is a database of professionals internationally. Alignable is also a database, but it's a database of your local, so local to you, small business owners. So if your ideal client, customer, or referral partner is a small business owner, then by all means, I encourage you to check out Alignable. It is easy to be a big fish in a small pond. There's only 8 million folks right now on Alignable. The secret sauce to Alignable is the groups. Being active, helpful in the groups where your Harriet is also active. That's really where to go. And one of the other reasons we like Alignable is because we are in the leadership.
Karen. Karen, they have ambassadors from the company. Karen is a mentor to the ambassadors. She's been one of the small business people of the year like 6 times for Alignable. I just go along for the ride.
All that to say that leadership is paying attention. So in case you don't know, LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. And if you're having a challenge with LinkedIn, I promise you Microsoft doesn't care. But Eric and Venkat, who started and still run Alignable, they are paying attention. They may not solve our problem the same day, but we know that they're paying attention and actively listening, and that's fabulous. So you can see it looks very similar to LinkedIn. That head menu is similar to LinkedIn. Yes, the color scheme is different, but it is similar to LinkedIn in that way and in the way that you interact with folks.
Yeah, see, she's kind of a big deal. She's got all sorts of badges. Right. Badges, even more badges. When you post doesn't matter. Now, there's this quote, if you hold back in the hurdles, you're going to fall over. At the bottom, I love the quote, and I had to write down who Sally Pearson was, and she's down there because I knew I was never going to remember. So she's an Australian, she was an Olympian, but if you hold back on the hurdles, you're going to fall over. So we don't want that to happen. You want to go all out. If they post your info, but not at the time your audience is hanging out there, because then it doesn't really matter. All of the platforms on your business profiles, they give you in analytics, and it lets you know what time they're showing up to your page so that you can post 30 minutes or so before that main time and have it be seen. We own a couple of private political groups, and I know if I want the most people to see a post that I'm going to put on, for example, if we're changing a policy, I will post it Thursday afternoon because I know Thursday evening we have the highest readership. And again, this is what's happening every internet minute. There's a ton of stuff going on, so you want to use those analytics on your page so that you're typing in the right place. And I've heard people say, what other people post doesn't matter. Well, heck yeah. We always look at competitors. We always look at the competitors of our clients, whether they're in the same city or across the country. We want to see if there's some interesting stuff going on. And we're not going to ever steal a post, but we can riff on their concept. So taking a look at competitors is always a good thing to do. One last reminder before you take that face plant, that I look at this picture and all I think is, that's about to hurt.
That's right. And it looks like she knows that on her face too.
Yeah, like this is gonna hurt. You know, both knees, both hands. You've got to put the social in social media. The term social media is kind of a generic term where we think of all the stuff online, but it is a social interactive. Humans are social animals. We want to have interactions with others, and that's what you want to use your pages for. All right, so this unicorn is there because there's no such thing as a social media plan.
A finished.
Yeah. It's always going to be evolving. It's always going to be developing. And you just learned a lot of different things that manager better do for you, and how to get past a lot of these myths. So what's next? Got a question for you. I love this. I love pictures of world records. I think it's so cool.
It is cool.
They
We
just-
haven't done that.
I know they achieved something no one else has done, and then you get that picture next to the world record. That's just so cool.
Very cool. What a moment.
Yeah. If you had a breakthrough today, if you learned something new, yay for you. Give it that thumbs up.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah. What the heck?
There.
Wow, this is weird. You've got some next steps. This is odd.
Maybe it's just one.
Yeah. You've got to create a marketing budget. Now, right now, this is going to be two things. It's going to be the time that you invest on your pages if you're not going to hire a social media manager. And if you are going to hire one, you are going to have to budget a certain amount of cash. How much? Great question.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. We've seen it, a couple of $100 a month. We've seen it a few thousand a month. There is a large difference between what they do for you. Figure your budget, interview people in that range, and see which ones are going to be doing the best. We told you, how to ask for their referrals, see what they're posting, see what they do, and apply all the rules based on what they're going to be charging you. You've got to get really proficient at shooting video on your phone. Every platform loves video. More is better. You've got to know what are your sales funnels. In other words, what is the process that your prospects go from hearing who you are to pulling their credit card out? You probably have more than one. As an example, we have a web page that sits out there. It's called this website under construction.com. It is set up for people that need a website, and it gives them a big red button that leads to a checklist of things they might want on their website. And the sales tool is, hey, we know people that need websites sometimes need coaching. We're here for you. It's a really hard close. But that's one sales funnel, and there are dozens of possibilities out there, and you probably have several. And you've got to get really good at what your messaging is and what it's going to be going forward. You should have a list of marketing goals for your business. We say a list of 12, and then you break it down in the 3 you want to do first. Go to the top, and then the number one thing you want to do that goes to the very top. The reason there's 12, we want you to think in terms of there's 12 months in a year. I'm going to do something new. I'm going to add one thing per month so that you don't get overwhelmed and overthink your marketing. Oh, by the way, we have a book about that. It's called The Marketing Checklist for Your Guide for Overworking, for Overworked and Overthinking Entrepreneurs. Again, 99 cents on Amazon right now, pre-order. You get 3 of our other books and all the other bonus stuff that we said we've done. So if any of these are a challenge, get help. If you need to talk to us, we'll give you a half-hour free time. howtogetttherefaster.com. Have your questions. We'll be happy to answer those and give you your own guild medals. We have set up social media pages on that, 30 minutes. We can talk about budgeting, questions you have about your online, any number of different things. We can help you. Again, it's howtogetttherefaster.com. Feel free to grab your 30 minutes. And one more reminder, we do have a boot camp this Friday and in December 9th. And with that, we are open for questions.
Awesome. If you have a question, you can either unmute or type it in the chat, whatever is easiest for you.
Look at that.
No questions? We answered everything?
Every question.
Amazing.
We are
No, guys, I have a question. Sorry.
Oh,
I was driving. Listen,
I hope you pulled over.
I made it home.
Okay. We want you to come safely. We want you to come back to another webinar.
Okay, thank you. Listen, you said something was going to be in the chat. You said yourmarketingplan.com
Plan.
Plan your marketing.
or
That's
plan your marketing. Well,
Here,
I could
I'll put it in the chat.
yeah,
look.
it's
I didn't try to. I didn't try to write and drive. So
well done.
uh,
I'm proud of you.
good.
Good job. Yeah, it's
And
plan.
so I need to go order that book.
Yes.
I go to
So if you,
Amazon, right?
yeah, and just type our name in the search bar. It's Yuloff, Y is in yellow, Uloff, and we've got 6 or 7 books on there. You want the one? It's green, and it's the new one that's coming out on October 6th, and it's
Okay.
the marketing checklist
The marketing.
4.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going pretty soon.
Thank you. I will.
Okay.
And we'll look forward to sending you the 3 other books. And
Okay. Oh, that's a great deal. My God.
All the info is in the chat.
see, it's a heck of a trade.
You could say that again. Well, I finally made it on this webinar, y'all. There's always something. I get the time. You see, I'm on Central Standard Time, and every time you guys do something, I miss the time.
Yeah, we're actually Eastern, and we try to keep it Eastern and Pacific, and let y'all
Okay.
in the middle figure it out.
And then there's
Okay.
those folks in Arizona who jump back and forth between 2 different time periods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You
Heck
bet.
yeah.
Any other questions?
Would your small business breakthrough help with a nonprofit?
Oh yeah. Sharon's got a master's in nonprofit management.
A
Thank you.
nonprofit is still a small business.
Yeah.
It's just that you've made a deal with the government that you're going to provide services that they don't provide, and in exchange, they will give you a better tax rate.
Yeah.
But it's still a small business.
We've sat on 12 different nonprofit boards.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
It's the thing. If we hit one of those huge lottery wins, of course you have to play. The only people we would coach would be nonprofits, but there would be a lot of rules for it. You have to have a board of at least in double digits and or higher. Hey, you know what? Since you're here, give your nonprofit a plug, because other people will hear this video.
Okay, we're the Heart Healing Foundation, and we help people recover from abuse and trauma by clearing and healing the energetic heart space.
Where are you based?
In Los Angeles, California.
Do you work internationally or nationally?
Yes, counseling is done via Zoom.
Excellent. And what's the website URL?
It is thehearthealingfoundation.org.
Excellent. By the way, have you looked up thehearthealingfoundation.com just in case and grabbed it?
No, I don't believe we have.
You should see if it's available, and then you just forward it to the website.
Yeah, don't build another website.
Yeah. Some people will automatically type in .com, and we want to make sure they get there anyway.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That one tip was worth her entire time on the call.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ernest.
Yeah. Guys, I
Yes,
got one
ma'am.
more quick question. Look, how do I be a guest on your podcast again?
You
Well, heck
send us an email and you ask for the questions for the viewcast.
Okay, I'll do that too.
And
I'd like to
since
guest on
you asked a question, give your business a shameless plug.
Okay, your parent advocate.
Oh, awesome.
So
I
another
need to
nonprofit.
tell what I do, or just say no, I'm not a nonprofit. Just give the name or tell what I do.
Say what you
Yeah,
do.
what do you do?
Oh.
By all means.
I give parents the tools and the blueprint to become their disabled child's biggest and best advocate.
Awesome.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay,
You
get an email. Yeah.
Don't you think no matter parents, potential parents ought to pass a test before they can be parents?
Yeah, that'll be yeah. It wouldn't be a test to pass, though. I don't think you could, because
Yeah,
you could be a great person.
Yeah, I think humans ought to have to pass a test before they
We got to pass a test to drive a car. We should have to pass
Yeah.
a test to raise the next human being.
Yeah.
That'll never get through
No,
Congress.
it won't.
No, that'll never
But
happen.
I can dream.
Well, you got to realize when a person is born, sometimes they just you take on your own personality. Think about it.
Yes, yes.
So you could be a great person, 100 in every area. You might not be a great parent, a good parent.
Yep,
That's just
yep,
that's
yep.
just the
Totally
nature.
agree.
It is
Just the
indeed.
nature of the.
It's easier if you have the right tools though already. And too
Yeah.
many don't have the right tools.
Okay. Well, I didn't have all the right one. That's why I'm trying to help some other people.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Well,
I still
you
don't
know
have
what?
all the
Look,
right, but I'm trying to help other people.
if you had my sister and I at a party, different sides of the room, and you asked us about our parents, you would never know we were siblings.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know
really?
those people you described.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know those people.
No. So
Yep.
family's just so fun.
I could totally understand that.
All
Okay.
right. Any other questions?
Cool.
No, you're all complete?
Awesome. Thanks for being on, everybody. Remember our slogan, if everything happens for a reason.
Be the reason things happen.
We'll see you next time. We do all sorts of webinars. Join us next. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. Have a great day.
Stop crying.